Palantir is about to explode out of the stratosphere, and in this video, I won't only show you why and how, I'll show you why most mainstream media outlets and most retail investors are not picking up on this obvious data, which obviously is not bad because it creates a lot of opportunities for you and me to capitalize. Now, of course, I'm talking about Foundry for crypto. If you haven't heard about this, check it out. It's about to get interesting. Now, if this is your first time on this channel, my name is Tom. I used to be a financial analyst for over a decade. Now I'm a full-time YouTuber, and I only ask of you one thing. Just listen to me. Don't click nothing. Don't smash nothing. Just listen. Now, Foundry for Crypto, which is the name of the newest product out of Palantir, may sound harmless or even ambiguous, but in essence, it's one of the most revolutionary, disruptive, cataclysmic products to come out of Palantir. And trust me when I say this, this is about to get huge, and yet most mainstream media outlets completely ignored it again, which creates another opportunity for us to get the stock for cheaper again. But everything I say here is just my opinion, means it might be inaccurate, might be wrong, might be the ramblings of a madman. You gotta do your research, since I'm not a financial analyst, I'm not a financial advisor, and this is definitely not financial advice. But I do want to tell you a few nuggets that I picked up on. So basically, now we know that Palantir is launching a new Bitcoin product, or a new rather crypto product. It actually complements their announcement from May. In May, they announced that they'll start accepting Bitcoin as payments from their clients. However, now they're taking it to the next level. They're actually launching a whole set of products specifically for cryptocurrency. When I initially thought about Foundry, my initial thought process was this would be good. This would be insanely effective for blockchain, which is the platform where Bitcoin is basically operating on. For the various reasons that we all know about trackability, data gathering, analytics, and I was waiting for this, and yet I wasn't sure when they're going to pull the trigger. I think now is a great timing for them with Bitcoin going up so heavily, and I think this might actually revolutionize specifically Bitcoin in ways it has not been done before. And of course, when you combine the tracking and analysis capabilities of Foundry with blockchain, you have an insane product that nobody will actually pass on. Think about it this way. The biggest pet peeve for governments and regulators is the fact they cannot ensure the safety of these cryptocurrencies like they do with banks. Obviously, there's a lot of control issues, but the one thing they gripe on is not able to properly do AML and KYC and cryptocurrency. Obviously, these services exist now, AML being anti-money laundering, KYC being know your client. Essentially, these are onboarding regulatory procedures that banks do every day, and they're supposed to be done in cryptocurrency. And obviously, there are other companies providing these services to exchanges today. However, as we all know, in reality, they're not really effective because we see what's going on with cryptocurrency as far as the safety, the hacks, the theft, the ransoms. So none of this is actually solved the problem of cryptocurrency not only being deregulated, but also being a safe haven for these assholes. And of course, none of us in the cryptocurrency community, and not that I'm considering myself a part of the cryptocurrency community, I know nothing about Bitcoin or blockchain like that. I'm just a spectator and a fan. And I guarantee you, none of us, the fans, the spectators, and people who work in cryptocurrency want these hassles as part of this industry. Now, so far, efforts of actually regulating this industry were not so successful, at least not in real life. Now, there's a lot of service providers, but they're not getting it done. And that's why governments became antsy and kind of impatient with cryptocurrencies. And of course, I'm not talking about China that has other reasons to go at Bitcoin, one being that it's the only way to get money out of China. But there's more. I'm talking about Western governments that have legitimate fears that now might be solved. With the abilities of Foundry, I think now exchanges and regulators will be able to prevent criminal activity and also enforce regulation. For example, the IRS will be able to tax cryptocurrency, and these government agencies will be able to track down these criminals without compromising the safety and the deregulation of cryptocurrency, and without creating this friction that we have right now between these exchanges, cryptocurrency, and the governments. I think that might be the bridge. And you know what? I dream of a world where Jerome Powell, Janet Yellen, and Brian Armstrong can sit in a Tesla 3 rented from Hertz while doing Bitcoin mining on their car. Imagine that. That would be insane. But in all honesty, we got to talk about what ifs. And the what if is quite simple. If Foundry is able to outperform existing service providers for AML, KYC, regulation, and all that good stuff that the government needs to just chillax, they're going to make a lot of shekels. Now, the other question is where Foundry can completely reinvent the market. That is for the exchanges, the service providers, and everybody who's on the other side, not just the governments. Imagine all this data coming out from different layers, from the exchanges, from the brokerages, from the users. All of this is completely segregated right now. With Foundry, the one thing you can say about Foundry is that they aggregate, completely separate the data into one major decision-making tool when everybody can see exactly what's going on a holistic level and in a simple graphical way, which allow a lot of opportunities for both companies, regulators, and users to get a lot more done with blockchain. Essentially, the idea here is that Palantir is going to implement the same model they did with Foundry and Gotham, separating the government from the commercial with Foundry for crypto. One side will be servicing the governments, one side will be servicing the industry, and much like in the previous example, the commercial side potentially has a lot more upside, which is where I see their growth going forward. But as it stands right now, Foundry for crypto, and in general Foundry, is literally 5 years ahead of its competition. In fact, even on the government side, they completely blew the competition out of the water, literally. So to think of this company like a Tesla pattern would not be completely logical for me. I'm thinking a lot about Palantir for the next 10 years. I think you should definitely consider it, but then again, it's your decision. You got to do your own research. Don't take my word for it. Check it out. And just a huge shout out to Elon Musk before we go. Elon Musk is about to cross 300 billion in net worth. Now, he already surpassed Jeff Bezos. Now he just surpassed ExxonMobil. Yes, the company, which is quite ironic if you think about it. How cool would it be if Elon Musk actually buys ExxonMobil and just change the name to Elon Musk? Same initials, they can actually work. But then again, with Elon Musk, you might never know. He might actually do it. Who knows? A huge shout out to the channel members and patrons. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow.